Are you not entertained? Are you not entertained?
I get the question all the time, why are so many older women dating younger guys? There's probably a lot of reasons for that, but some of the major ones are women in their 40s, 50s, and 60s they're hitting their prime. That's when they're hitting their prime. They've spent 20 years raising a family, their kids, now the kids are grown. They're rediscovering who they are. They want to go out. They want to have fun. They haven't been able to do that because of raising kids. This is also the time, unfortunately, 40s, 50s, and 60s, when guys are slowing down. They're getting tired. They are more set in their ways. They don't want to go out and have fun as much. I'm generalizing here. This is also the time when a lot of divorces are happening because of some of those are the factors and a lot of other factors as well. However, that's when women want to go out, have fun, rediscover themselves. Now they're free. They want to have some fun and they're in their prime. So the argument has been made among many cougars. Why go for the older guys when you can go for younger? Because most guys, whatever their age, are still playing games, still kind of children, still lie, still cheat. So why go for the older when you can go for the younger who have more energy, they're more fit, they want to go out and have fun. Most older guys, will have more baggage. For instance, they'll have one, maybe two ex-wives. They'll have children that they're still supporting. So they've got alimony, they've got child support. They're more set in their ways. They don't want to go out and have fun as much. Whereas the younger guys, it's the opposite. The younger guys have less baggage usually. They don't have children that they're supporting. They're more adventurous. They have more stamina. They're more sexual. A lot of factors there, and that are probably why.
Hey, what's going on, family? This time for No Picks Podcast.
Hey, what up? This is Joe, No Picks Podcast. What's good, family?
All right, Joe. What's your thoughts on the TikTok clip I just played?
Oh boy, man. I mean, she had this long-winded answer, but I know I'm gonna simplify it, right? So why do older women choose to date younger men? Because younger men want to have sex, and older women tend to be easy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make it very simple. Like when I was in my 20s, the older shorties were very easy, and they also paid for stuff, made you food, or bought you clothes, sneakers. You know what I mean? It's just a different vibe with older shorties. You know what I mean? They were easy. So why not? If she's still kept up with her body and she's attractive, I'm digging in them guts. You know what I'm saying, bro? That's a short answer. She went on this long-winded, you able to get action because young guys want sex and you give it up easily.
Right.
So I don't know, man. If she's got it, she's got it. She didn't look like she was really, she didn't look like she was unattractive. She didn't look like she let herself go. She looked like she could probably still get something. You know what I mean? But I don't know, bro. I guess that's my first thought. And my second thought is, of course, the double standard, right? If this was an older man talking about how much he loves women in their early 20s, and how he loves his younger women because they're beautiful and fertile, and if he was saying all that, oh, he's so creepy. Oh my God, why is Shaq dating chicks in their 20s? You know what I mean? Why is it's you see, women can go out and say this crap, right? Not crap. They can speak this way, but not men. So I'll leave it at that. There's more to unpack, but that's where I'm at for now.
No, facts. I was my answer is a two-part answer. All right. So the first one is, like you said, if a man in his 40s, 50s, or 60s say this about older women, then those older women be like, oh well, you just can't handle a woman like me. You're a pedo. You like younger women. They're like, men are villainized for having this mindset.
Right.
Absolutely. There's there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like, particularly by older women, because the younger women don't care because they're reaping the rewards of those older men with those resources, right? So so that's the first part. The second part is, what does she think she's getting from these guys, these younger guys? Because she said, 40s, 50s, and 60s. So if you take that out, if this, I don't know, let's say she's in her mid 40s, or let's say early 50s, right? That's what she looks like to me. If she's dating a 25-year-old, or let's say dating in quotations, in parentheses, if she's dating a 25-year-old, what does she think that 25-year-old wants to do with her? He's just gonna dig in them guts and then go, like, you're just easy sex to him. He's not wiping you up. If he does wipe you up, then he's down bad. He's like, his mom kicked him out the crib. He homeless. He ain't got no, like, there's some kind of asterisk to why a 25-year-old man would want a 45-year-old woman, because you need to be taken care of in some way, because he really wants the 25-year-old chick. Like, that's who he wants to have a relationship with. You're just easy sex.
Right.
So I don't know what, like, I don't know what she thinks she's like. She's gaining in these quote unquote relationships, but these dudes aren't interested in anything serious with you. Just like the bad things you said about the older men, you also have baggage, chick. You're 50 years old. You also have kids. You probably getting alimony. You still taking your kids to soccer practice. They older than you. You know what I mean, like, so it ain't like you out here. All the guys have all this baggage, and you ain't got no baggage. You got baggage too.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
again, you are just sex.
That's it.
I've been with older women. It's like,
it's sex.
It's just sex. Like there's no 22-year-old guy like, damn, look at that 45-year-old, 55-year-old woman. I just want to be with her for the rest of my life. No,
just sex.
No 22-year, no man in his 20s says that. You are easy access. He could bang you and then go out to bowling with his friends, and you're just a story. For you're not even the one. He's not going to save his trinkets up and take you out the roof, Chris. That's not happening.
Right. No, I'm with it. It's for the guts, bro. It is, and I know that. And like, listen, if you're older and you're a woman, if you're older and you're out there, and for whatever reason you're single or divorced, and you want to enjoy and have a good time and entertain some young guys, listen, do you, right? Like, in my opinion, honestly, if you got it, do you, right? But let's also just keep it real. It's not that difficult for you, because men are young, men want to have sex, and you are easy.
Yeah,
you give it up easy. And on top of that, for me, I also feel like older women like her prefer the younger women, because men don't have, not that they don't have boundaries, bro, but like their expectations aren't that high.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so with women, you know how we always say women like being with bad men because they don't have to hold themselves accountable, and they could be just as bad and they could just blame it on him. But when you find a stand-up guy who's solid, they don't like that, because then they got to be better. You know what I mean? Right. So like, it's the same concept for me too. Like, you date older men because they're either the bad boys or they don't have such high expectations. So you can just be a shitty person, or you can just be a degenerate, and it's okay. And they don't feel bad about it. So yeah, I don't know, bro. I mean, more power to her, but like I said, when men have this conversation, it's creepy. When women have it, it's go girl.
Yeah,
Stella got her groove back. It's a completely different vibe, bro.
But what's the goal here? Like, is the goal for you to just have sex? Because any woman can do that. Every chick from the 10 to the 1 could have sex. That's not, and that's not anything miraculous or life changing. Right? Like, you can even have sex with a very attractive man. You can have sex with a 10 out of 10 man. Yeah. Now, you will be taking different levels of serious. We've talked about this before. Now the 10 man will have sex with the one woman, but it's going to be on some, hey, listen, meet me under the bridge, under this tent. You know what I mean? Behind some shit. Like, you're not going to, you know what I mean? Let's say you're not going to Morton's and he's not taking you to the Hyatt in Center City and put. That's not happening. Like, y'all not you're because he doesn't value you in that way to do that stuff for you. He's gonna save that for the 22-year-old chick. That's like, okay, cool. Like, you mean we both 22? Like, I mean, let's I can see ourselves together. Let's build a life together. Yeah. If her expectation is just to have sex, and she's like, well, I'm out here doing it. You're gonna be doing this shit till you 70.
Yeah,
you're gonna keep recycling 22-year-old men, because you will always find a 22-year-old dude willing to dig in them 72-year-old guts. He's gonna leave the crib, call his homie, like, bro, remember that old chick I was telling you about? we just did X, Y, and Z, and you're just a novelty. You're a story to be told later. He's not taking you serious. You're still going to be in a nursing home by your goddamn self when you're no longer able to function. Like, you know what I mean? So I guess it's just my issue is just what's the goal here? If your goal is just to have sex, then yeah, you're winning.
And yeah, you'll find it.
Yeah.
Right. You'll get that. And because you're a woman, like as we said, all women have innate value. You have a box. Men want box. So because you have a box, you already have inherent value, right? Now, because men want box and you have that what men want. So yeah, you can find it. But like also like I just want to make sure we also ladies, if y'all are watching or if you're listening, Ty, do you remember this chick? She was like in her, I think, mid-50s, like pushing 60. It was a black woman. She had just divorced her husband of like, I don't know how many young years, but she went out into the dating scene and she was just like, oh my God, like, why do men just care about sex? All men want to do now in the dating scene is just have sex. It's like, shorty, like, you're a divorcee in your mid-50s. Like, what did you think the game was? That's what men are doing now. That's the culture now. You get out there, like, men are expecting to sleep with you at some point. So, like, why are you surprised that that's what men want to do with you? You know what I mean? Like, that's all you're going to find. And if that's what you want, fine. If but just know that you're going to just be recreational use. And that is it. And if you're happy with that, then fine. But don't make it seem like it's like glorified to be in your 50s out there just getting your back blown out by some young dude. There's nothing there's nothing to brag about that.
Nothing to brag about.
Yeah, like nothing.
Because you'll be rotating 22-year-olds for the rest of your life.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because they're never going to, unless, like I said, unless they're down bad, unless they need you to help take care of them in some way, or you're some kind of wealthy woman or something like that, then they'll probably wife you up. Like, okay, hell, now they will be banging some other chick on the side. You're not going to be the main, like you're their meal ticket, so they're gonna, treat it in that way. But they're not going to seriously like now. That's not to say that they won't say that they will, because we'll say whatever we need to say in order to have sex with you. That's just what it is. At any age, you could be 60 or 19. A nigga gonna say what he need to say in order to have sex with you. Once we have sex with you, that's when shit get real. That's when we be like, listen, I don't know if this gonna work. You can stay here or not. You know what I mean? Like, this is your call, but listen.
Right.
We already got what we wanted, so you can, now the ball's in your court. We don't care at that point.
Exactly. Like, me and Ty have said this several times before. We be trying to put women on a game too. For men, it's like once a man sleeps with you, it's up to you to convince him as to why he should keep you around. That's it. Once he gets it, you got to convince him, like, all right, I want you to stick around. Because after he's gotten it, either he likes it so much that he's going to keep coming back, or when he's done with you, he'll move on to the next. But once a man sleeps with you, it is up to you to convince him to keep you around. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. Like,
Facts.
Can you keep him around? But yeah, this was an interesting clip. Yeah. And no, go ahead, Ty.
I'm saying, like, I've had situations where I linked up with a chick once, and then she texts me. I mean, I don't know, let's say 3-4 days later, like, oh, well, maybe this ain't gonna work. And I'll be like, I don't even respond. Like, I'll be like, all right, like, I truly don't care. Like,
that's
it's like,
real. Yeah, that's
like,
just
all
real.
Right, I wasn't texting you for a reason. So I was like, all right, that's fine with me. Like,
it's real. And please remember, for anybody, right, but especially for women, as you get older, dating becomes harder. Like, I'm sure she's gonna enjoy getting her back blown out by Chad for like a couple years, I don't know, however long it is. But when she finally wants that meaningful companion, when she finally wants somebody to be there in the long run, or she's ready to start again in a long-term relationship, dating in your 50s is so much harder, especially for a woman. It's like, I don't know why she left her marriage. There wasn't enough context. You know what I mean? We don't know what happened, but like, it doesn't get easier.
Also, I'm sure you can attest to this. The older you get, the less shit, the less shit you're gonna put up with. Right? Like me now at 37 isn't the same me at 27. At 27, I was willing to put up with some shit because I'm like, oh, I didn't know any better. Now I'm like, I know exactly what I don't want, and I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not dealing with this shit. Like this, you got me fucked up. Like so now if she say, oh, older men are sucking their ways, yeah, because we know we don't fucking like. I'm not even in the older man category. She's talking about. When I'm learning now, like what I do and don't like, right? But at a certain point, like when I'm 50, I'm not putting up with this fucking attitude. You know what I mean? Like I'm not dealing with this fucking sassiness. Like so you could take that shit to the 22-year-old, let him blow your back out. He won't know any better anyway, nor will he care because he's just trying to have sex with you anyway. So you can act any way you want. You can be like, oh, okay. And I guess if you get some kind of satisfaction from like, oh, okay, well he could deal with this, and the 50-year-old Ty won't deal with this. All right, cool. But he's never gonna be with you. 50-year-old Ty would have been with you probably if you got your fucking act together, but you chose not to. So you want to go act however you want to act and go get your back blown out. So that's you're gonna be getting your back blown out until you're 70 years old by pretty much. Maybe periodically you're gonna have to keep switching that tire.
Absolutely, absolutely, and you're spot on, Ty. Right, and the last thing, I guess, the last thing I'll say for this, right, just because like when we talk about this video, I want to make sure if they're for the women who do watch the clips, right, we appreciate y'all. We also want to give you guys game to know like this is how it works. This is how things operate. So try to learn something from these clips, right? And that's to say, like I remember somebody talking, they were like, listen, if a man goes out there and he has sex with, let's say, 200 women, right? That man possessed something that they thought was desirable. He had something, whether it was wealth, status, physique, the height, something, sexual prowess. That man had something or various things that women found desirable that 200 plus women said, I want that. And they all went for it, right?
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, if a woman has 200 bodies, in my opinion, she lacks something. Because it takes nothing for you to go out there and get sex. And if you let 200 men run through you, there's something missing from you.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
agree.
Like that. So it's just it's a completely different way to look at this dynamic. But like that's how you should be mindful of that when you go out there doing and being crazy and getting ran through. Like, listen, we men view sex and body differently from genders. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, bro. Just perspective, because I feel like it doesn't click with them and they don't understand when we try to explain it in different ways. But like I said, that man has to acquire something. He has to elevate himself to a status where he can have all those sexual experiences and those partners. Otherwise, like you said, the average man is invisible.
Yeah.
Shorties don't want the average man anymore. They think they're above the average man. So, but for a chick, it ain't nothing to go out there and get 200 bodies. It ain't nothing to go out to a club and be like, I want some dick. And then the guy be like, yo. You know what I mean? Like, it's so easy. So, have fun with that, shorty. That divorcee. Have fun in your 50s getting your back blown out by these young guys. It's gonna get old fast.
They'll be there for a good time, not a long time.
Yeah,
so,
right.
As long as
that's
you're
cool
good
as a bar.
As long as you're cool with that, you're content with that, then all right, cool. All right, family. Let us know what y'all think. Like, comment, subscribe, and until next time.
Till next time.